Peace. Greetings, y'all. Listen, it's been a while since I actually did a little forecast with y'all. And I didn't really get any requests based on that posting I sent out earlier. So maybe I'll do some more in the near future. But for now, let's get a little broad overview of what's going on. So let's take a look at Telcoin real quick. We're going to start from the top-down approach. That's a monthly chart. As you can see, according to the monthly chart, each candle represents 31 days of trading. It is still showing a bearish market right now. We got some red candles as our recent candle, our current candle, should I say. If we go down to the weekly chart where every candle represents about 7 days worth of trading, we can see that a current candle is red as well as the previous one. And what I'm seeing here is that this most recent, the previous candle, that this is the one that closed out on Sunday night at 8 p.m. It tested an area of supply. So that means the sellers immediately started pushing the market back down once it entered into this area right here where it previously sold from. So as you can see, selling took place. It bought up, selling took place. Buyers bought it back up. And now the sellers are selling off again. Okay, so we're not quite bullish on this quite yet as far as the weekly chart is concerned. In order to be bullish, we'll have to break above this area where the previous selling brought price back down. All right, if it breaks down below this area here, which is the 0.0089, around that area, that means, yeah, it's going to continue going lower. It's still bearish. However, right now, it's still ranging a little bit in comparison to the previous weekly candle. It was rejected, but that doesn't mean if it was a weak rejection, it can still come back up and break this area here, which would which will look very bullish. However, it's still bearish because that area, that supply area, is holding. And price has receded and continues to go back down on Telcoin. All right. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, same thing here. We can see each candle represents a day's worth of trading. Today's candle was a bullish candle, but as we can see, the previous days prior to it were all bearish. We can see on the daily aspect how price tested this area here and started pushing it right back down. Okay, it's not always going to look smooth. The market always moves in waves, ups and downs, highs and lows. All right, that's as far as Telcoin is concerned. Let's take a look at another instrument, XLM. Some of our favorites. Let's start from the top down. And look at that. These are monthly charts. That means each candle represents a month's worth of trading. The very current candle is red, which means it's bearish. The candle prior to that, which was actually July's, look at that, is green. And with these long wicks means that, hey, there may have been some rejection here. Now look where it tested. This is a previous area where the buyers ran the market up. So this area right here is a very special area, especially for those large traders who are long-term, who buy and hold heavy. This is the last area where they bought. And they took the market up. They bought hard. Okay, can we see this was February, this was January, February, March, April. It wasn't until May where we started to see that. We saw the highest high, not the highest high, but the most recent highest high before the market started pulling back and becoming bearish. Okay, so this is an area that we want to pay very much attention to. If you bought here, you might want to start protecting it just in case it breaks lower. But this is the area that I definitely bought into. I had some limit orders waiting for when XLM hit about 20 cents, right? So can it go lower? Yes. The likelihood, well, has Bitcoin reached its lowest low for the year or for the most recent months? We'll see. Okay, it's still, I think last time I checked, Bitcoin was touching 40,000 again. So we like to see, as far as that's the monthly. Let's look at the weekly. the weekly for the past 3 weeks right there, as far as XLM is concerned, have been bullish. But that bullish confirmation has not taken place yet on the weekly chart. Not quite yet. Let's look at the daily chart. Okay, daily. We see a nice little sideways structure taking place here. Now this, if you look closely, this was a double bottom. Some will refer to this in trading as a W bottom. As to where you saw price go down, test this area here, right? Form, and then came back up, went right back down, tested that same price level, and then went back up again. So this could be setting up for the bullish confirmation that we needed. Price did kind of penetrate the most recent high. This was the high here. It penetrated that here, broke it above it just a little bit. So if price gets above this and it stays above this, then we have additional bullish confirmation. And for those of us who started stacking up, bagging up our bags around here, then yeah, we're looking good towards the upside. We know that the most recent highs was definitely up there. From 20 cents, if it goes back up to the most recent highs, which was what, about around 70, 80 cents. Yeah, the most recent highs was about 79 cents in the previous months. That was back in May. Okay, so the more have an opportunity to more than double up. All right, that's XLM. Let's move on to XRP. How long are we into this video? We're already about over 6 minutes, so we don't want to make this too long. I think I'm going to do XRP, and then we'll end this one and probably start another one on some of the other instruments. Okay, monthly chart. Each candle represents about a month's worth of data. XRP hasn't even tested its highest highs since being introduced to the world of crypto. However, it did hit highs approaching almost $2 range. Now, the highest it's ever been was right there around the $3.34. We'll round up and call it $3.35. Okay, so let's take a look. I'll break it down to actually look at the monthly real quick. We'll see that this month's current candle, is looking bearish. However, the previous month's candle, which represented July, that was a bullish. It ended bullish. Okay, it had a wick similar, had this long wick at the bottom of the body of the candle, which is very similar to XLM, which means, look at both of these. Price was rejected. That low price right there, just above 50 cents, was rejected, which means buyers may be getting ready to buy it up. They have that support there. It's like, nah, we want to push this up. You don't want to push this any lower. So that was a good area to stack up right there around that 50 cents area, just above that. Let's bring it down to the weekly. Well, look at that. The past 2 weeks previous to this one was very bullish, right? That's the rejection on the weekly candles that we saw off the monthly, right? Price went down, pushed right back up. It happened twice. It happened this week, continued this week. Right? So if we look at the daily, price has already pierced the most recent highs. This was our most recent high over here. Right? It's already broken above it. Even if you want to use this as the most recent high before price pushed down, we had sellers and buyers go at it just a little bit. Tested that area there. So it looks like the market might be getting ready to show us some bullishness. That's what we've been waiting for, right? But this is a patient game because we know how volatile these cryptocurrencies can be. So you got to be very patient and watch the signs. It may bounce up and down, give you some highs and lows, and then continue to break down lower or continue to rally up. So be on your P's and Q's. Now, if it breaks these lows, it is going to be, what could we say? If it breaks these lows that it created here, you might as well look for it to bottom out to its most introductory prices at that point in time. And when I say that, I mean the lowest I can see, the lowest I would buy before receiving bullish confirmation on XRP is if it was back down in those 20 cents regions, 20 cent areas. And I mean, shit, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't stack up with some XRP at those prices? However, I don't think we're going to see prices too much lower than where they've hit already. I don't think so. But if Bitcoin bottoms out any further than what it has, and it seems to be pretty stable right now, if it bottoms out, it's going to take others with it. But as of right now, it seems to be holding. Therefore, XRP, I don't think it's going to go any lower than the prices that you've seen so far. We had a W bottom here, just like on XLM. Boom, tested, went up. Boom, tested, went back up. So it has some hard support right here, some very good support. It looks like it's getting ready to push it on up. And you know what? We're going to wrap up this one right here. And let's start another one.